last night, especially.
Okay, so who are you?
I'm Alex Mills. A lot of people know me better as Viper 007 Bond. Yes, it's a lame name, I know. I work for Automatic and VIP services, so like CNN, TechCrunch. I support all of those guys with developer questions, that kind of stuff.
Okay, great. So you are here at WordCamp San Francisco. Is this your first WordCamp in SF, or have you been before?
This is my second, I guess, maybe third. I can't remember honestly. And I've also been to a couple of WordCamps across the U.S.
Okay, great. So let's go back in time a little bit first and kind of talk about some of your contributions to WordPress, starting maybe with plugins.
Yes, I've written quite a few plugins. I think I'm up to like 50 or something now. Not so many these days, but quite a few in the past.
What are some of your most popular plugins, which, can you tell us what?
I think my video quick tags one, another lame name, but that it allows easy embedding of videos and that kind of thing before WordPress got better at it, is probably my most popular one.
Right, and then didn't that make that it went into the core then, right? So then it was just very easy.
Not the exact plugin, but other functionality I actually wrote myself did go in that uses OEmbed and a pseudo shortcode kind of thing that basically posts on your own line and works like that.
Right, so if people want to express themselves online and writing content is great, but I think images and video are quite powerful.
Yeah, a huge part of the web, video especially.
Yeah, and how about for your own blog? Do you use images and video?
I try to. I don't blog as much as I should. I imagine a lot of developers are like that.
Have you worked on any plugins that have to do with embedding or displaying actual markup code?
Yeah, a few. I've written this one called Syntax Highlighter. Makes it easy to display code on your website. Uses JavaScript to highlight it, so it doesn't bog down your server or anything like that.
Good, yeah, because that's a big thing. People have been talking a lot about performance and speed, right, and using CDNs. So do you want to comment on that? Like, what do you think is like the biggest downfall you see, like with sites that have performance issues?
Yeah, so not using caching is the biggest issue. You can just the easiest is to start with like WP Super Cache just to get full page caching, and then you can move on from there to like persistent object caching, that kind of stuff. W3 Total Cache is good with the well-rounded, all-in-one kind of plugin that's easy to set up and get going for memcache and all that kind of stuff.
Okay, what do you think are some of the worst plugins out there?
Oh, you put me on the spot. I don't want to name names,
but... No, not names, but just name categories, like social media. I mean, that would be...
I don't know. I'm not a big fan of SEO plugins. I think WordPress does SEO very well out of the box. I've never run any of those plugins, and natural. Google wants natural sorting and that kind of stuff. There are some basic things, like using pretty permalinks. But other than that, I don't think you need to go crazy with keywords and tags and all that kind of stuff in order to get well listed on Google.
Okay, great. Can you give advice to content creators when selecting a theme, though, around SEO? Aren't there themes out there that don't use like H1 tags still?
Probably, but I think it comes down to content instead of you should worry about your content and not your H1 tags. I mean, while that does make probably a teeny difference, I think worrying about writing good, interesting posts that people are going to link to and comment on is much more important.
Okay, so that would then be like wearing a really awesome outfit to a party, but you have a really boring personality. It's really not going to help you.
That's exactly it. Don't worry about your theme, that kind of stuff. Worry about your content.
Okay, got it. Or I was going to suggest also like a car. I don't know how many your engine is right, your tires are good. Although you can skip the car wash and still win the race.
Yes.
Okay, got it. So we see that you are here at the WordPress Happiness Bar. You see there's some. What do you guys call now?
Happiness Bar.
People? Happiness Bar helpers?
Happiness engineers.
Okay, good. So what are some maybe interesting things you have for people today?
Wide range of stuff, since we have a lot of newbies today and a lot of advanced people, so we've been helping with, can I get my blog going, or my blog is broken, or how do I do this in code? So it's pretty much everything.
So if I come over for help with multi-site, or what do you
I don't know, not me personally, but I'm sure someone has.
Let's see, Mo, have you seen any BuddyPress or multi-site requests today at the Happy Expo?
Not that I can think of.
So
No.
single site support.
Multi-site's still a little bit beta. Not too many people use it.
Got it. So let me look over here in my questions.
I love it.
What would be a piece of advice that you would give to developers who are new to WordPress? Maybe something that they overlook when using this platform.
Security. Make sure you're escaping and validating your inputted content. There's a whole page on the codex that talks about these kind of things. It's very important.
John Ford suggested that developers who are looking to create new themes or plugins, that they look at some of the plugins and themes by core contributors to get an idea of like what best practices are.
Yeah, debug bar and those, especially written by Andrew Nason, and there's quite a few plugins out there written by the main people. Mark Jaquith, he has a couple great plugins that are very good.
Okay, and now, you know, Matt Mullenweg announced that plugins that are older than 2 years are going to be hidden both on the front end and the back end. WordPress.org and on the admin interface. What do you think about that? Are any of your plugins at risk?
Probably, because I have been neglecting them recently, but I think it's overall a good idea. So while there are plenty of plugins that are 5, 6 years old that still work fine, 2 years is probably a good safety protocol that, you know, when you call them neglected or not. So 2 years is probably a good time for that.
And let's also ask, so how did you get started with WordPress? What were you doing before WordPress, and then how did you kind of fall into it?
I actually had a B2 blog back in the day, if you remember B2, you know, predecessor to WordPress. And then just personal site, you know, outgrew B2, started WordPress, used like B2 Evo for a while. But yeah, I've been using WordPress since 0.71, long time.
One of those early slides.
Yeah, 8 years.
Wow, okay. And then where can people find you on the internet?
Viper007bond.com. I know. I gotta change it. And so it's a neglected blog. I gotta post more, but I have plugins and stuff listed.
I know there was a recent post. You were in a car and you were driving down the road kind of fast. I don't know. That looked pretty recent. So, okay. Well, thanks for talking with me.
Yep.
Change this.